Yes, welcome to the teachers conference. I want to be sure that you're able to see us in front. Aha, okay. So if you're unable to see, you can change space to any other place. All right. Now, what we are not waiting for others anymore. We have to start. First of all, I want to ask, how was yesterday? How was yesterday? I want to take from just one, honestly. I know what yesterday was like, so I want to hear honest comment from yesterday. Okay, sir. Please, you need to come forward. Let me help you.
Good morning, everyone. Okay, first of all, let me appreciate the organizers of this conference for the brilliant work that was done. The lectures and the Q&A discussions were very powerful. They were eye-opening, they were engaging, and I must say that we got the best. Just that we had too much for yesterday. Majority at the time we did not follow up because the lectures were coming just after each other, so there was no time for assimilation, and a lot of people have backed down. So I think for subsequent conferences, I would advise that the schedule of the event is spread out about a longer time so we could assimilate better. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Okay, I need one more person. I want Daddy to actually pass a comment. Daddy, I need to give mine to Daddy. Daddy engaged the sessions very well yesterday, and I love to hear from you, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. He has appreciated you, and I'm telling you to appreciate you as well. He has really struck the nail on the head by his comments. I only want to add to it this way, that after each session, let us have maybe 10 minutes question and answer, where participants can ask questions on what has just been taught before we go to the next session.
Thank you very much, sir. Any mommy or lady that we need to say something? Okay, please help me to give her the mic. Help me to give her the mic. Okay.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, ma'am.
Well, let me continue from where this talk. It's an eye-opener. The area I really enjoy is that it's street view. So I wish to learn more about them. And then, as I said, there should be room for this. Because there was jam-packed. I would say there's no time to be able to ask some questions. So if the time will be given to us, please let us ask questions so that things will be much more clear. So, thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you so much for the feedback. So once again, I know we have sat for a while, so I want to keep us a bit alive. So we're going to play a short game, and everybody will play. So I call that game Mr. Heady. Don't worry, we won't take a lot of time. Mr. Heady, I love to play that game every time. So this is how we play the game. I will teach you, it's like a choreography. I'll teach you what to do. And after I've taught you what to do, I will stand here to want to confuse you, to attempt to confuse you. So the game is just to test how you could differentiate what you are hearing from what you are seeing. How you could try to not always yield to what you are seeing apart from what you are hearing. We want to check the thin line that is there. So I'll ask all of us to stand up. I'll ask us to stand up. Yeah. Okay, you can drop your notes. You can drop your notes, sir. Come on. So I'll teach you what to do. When I say have you seen, you touch your eyes. You see with your eyes. Have you seen? Let's touch our eyes. With both hands, actually, with both hands. Or hand. Let's touch our ears with both hands of Mr. Heady, who was leader, knee, in the army. From left, this is my left. Yeah, this is my own left. To right, if. Then hooray, your hands up, both hands. Yes, great. So let me see if you've gotten it. Have you seen? Have you seen both hands on your eyes? Both hands on your eyes or hard? Good. Of Mr. Heady, who was needed in the army. Hand. Yes, from left. From left, both hands to your left. Both hands to right. If. If. Your hip. Let's go. Now, hooray. Now, you have confirmed with me that you already know it. Is that right? So I need an assistant with the mic. Who come and help me to hold the mic so I can do my job properly? All right. So I told you what I'm here to do. I will say, give me an instruction, and I want you to do what I say, not what I'm doing. I will attempt to want to confuse you. If I say have you seen, I can do like this. So if you do it, you have. And you may have to join me here to figure out all that. Is that right? So let's go. Have you seen or heard? All right. There are so many people. There are so many people that will hear, that will join me here. Did you get it again now? Did you get it? So I'm pardoning you. We are taking it again. Let's go. Have you seen or heard of Mr. Heady? Come on, join me. Let's fish out others. Come on, join me, sir. All right, let's go. Have you seen? Please help me to fish out others. I want a lot of people to follow us. Let's go. Have you seen or heard of Mr. Heady, who was leader? All right. Yes, I saw quite a number of questions. I saw quite a number of questions by the past. All right. Okay, let's go. Let's go one step. Let's go again. All right. Have you seen or heard of Mr. Heady, who was leader in the army? From left, that's your own left, actually. Your left to right. If. All right. Okay. So let us sit down now. We'll still play more games. It's just to keep us a bit back up. So quickly, I'm going to take us through the housekeeping. And number one item on the housekeeping list is the restroom. Yes, there may be reasons for you to go to the toilet. Now, once you get out of, to locate the toilet, when you get out of here, the room in the middle on this passageway, yes, the room in the middle, you can use it for toilet. And downstairs, the two rooms to your right, you will see the gents and the ladies. That's for the toilet. Anytime you need to use the toilet, or you can speak to the ushers. Then we have for refreshment. We are so sorry that we are unable to provide for that yesterday, and then later we arranged something, but it was too late. So today we are able to provide something little like biscuit and water, but we have a restaurant close by, just down there, with 400 naira, 500 naira, you can get a meal to eat. Just down, once you get out of the building, to your right, you will see a restaurant there. You can always pick anything. You can go anytime to eat. Yes. Exhibition. Yes, there will be times for you to have some experience section, including the time to use our VR glasses to see imaginary places like we mentioned to that yesterday. When it is time for that, we'll tell you. Then there's a registration link. Yes, this is very important. Now, the registration link is not the registration for this event. We want to take survey. We want to, it's a time for you to give us a feedback. We want to conduct a survey in Ogbomoso as a location in Nigeria. So some of the things we're helping us to do is to make the experience of teachers working better for people who will be part of it, who will be participants in the future. And also, the next time we are coming to Ogbomoso, how to better reach the participants that will be there. Then also, we also engage with policymakers in education in Nigeria. We take some of these insights or data that you have provided to be able to tell them, these are the pain points for teachers, these are the things they are looking to have, these are their suggestions. So we use such things. So it's very important and we have tied two things to it. You need to register, you need to do this, fill this, and also fill the feedback form for you to be able to have access to all the resources that were used, all the slides, all the resource slides, because some of the things we expect from you also is that you can take this to your school. Are you getting me? And extend it to a broader view. So we don't want you to just keep it with yourself. Then also some of the things you are going to, that has been taught, we can also add to you very well. I hope you are getting what I'm saying. So we can also add to you and also make you go over all of what you have learned again. So if you fill the survey form, you are getting all the resources, including recording, video recording, and audio of the sections. And also, you are receiving a certificate for that. The next thing is okay for certificate. Then interviews, yes, there have been interviews, participant interview after the whole event. So we want to hear you speak to the video. You used to make promotion. How many of you used the website, the conference website? Go to the conference website. Okay, yes, you see videos there. So those videos, we share it with our community for future events. So you can feature in our videos, in our report videos and all of that. And you'll be available to the global world, to the world, to the globe, actually. Yeah, so the next thing is, yes, we want you to share your learning experience. What did you say? Okay, we want you to share your learning experience with your friends, over social media. You have Facebook, take a picture, take a selfie with a new friend you have met, and tell them, I'm at the teachers' conference, this is what I'm learning. Do you understand? So it's just to engage and get people to know more. So these are our social handles, and you can add an hashtag. What does hashtag do? Hashtag helps you to curate content or information that is peculiar to a team. So hashtag says that if I say hashtag teacher and I put it on social media, every conversation around teachers will show up. So if you use hashtag teachers conference, they are going to, when people start teachers conference, they will see this event and all our past events. So when you are posting, hello everybody, like you are posting on social media, I'm at SKI College of ICT for the teachers conference. You can now put hashtag teachers conference NG, hashtag Ogbomoso, hashtag SFG Tech Initiative. So anybody across the world, when they search Ogbomoso on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram, it will bring things that pertains to this in Ogbomoso. So we want you to add those hashtags when you are having when you are posting to the internet, to your social handles. So we want you to follow our social handles too at SFG Tech Initiative on Facebook. You can search SFG Tech Initiative on Facebook, follow or send friend requests or add anything. Then SFG Tech Initiative for Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And also you can go to SQI College of ICT on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn too. To search SQI College of ICT on those platforms that you can follow. You will see updates on opportunities that comes afterwards. So that will be our housekeeping for today. And this morning, you have the agenda, right? Yes, so for this morning, we are going to add a reshuffle in our agenda so that we're able to cover as much as we can. Now, I'd like us to go for our, I need all coaches to be around. I need all coaches to be around. So we'll be going to one of our tools again. And that tool, I'll be thinking we go for digital safety. You can help me to come up with the slide. Yes, I want to talk to us about digital safety now. So for our coaches, we're going to be having our breakout section for Google Docs. We're going to be having a breakout session for Google Docs. I think Google Docs for now, and power section with Google. Yeah, the camera. Google Docs and power section with Google. After this section will be very short. This section of digital safety. So I want us to be preparing for that. So we can just take this as our different breakout points. So we can take this a point, another point, another point, and another point. Okay, good. All right, so digital safety is very important. Online safety is very important. Now, how many of us has heard this phrase before? That the world is a global village. How many of us have heard that phrase before? The world is a global village. Good. The internet is a place, like a real place where we live now. That's the reality of this world. Everything happens when we are connected, and that's what the internet does. In real life, God created a lot of people so we can connect. And when we connect, a lot of things happen. When we connect, we do business. When we connect, we marry. When we connect, what other things do we do? Any kind of thing happens. That's where connection brings every kind of invention. There's nobody that will build, or you have a very brilliant idea, and you want it to sit with you alone. What am I saying? You are the inventor. Let's say in your school invented the fastest car in the world, and you build a prototype. If you keep it in your school, are you profiting yourself? No. It is either you look for a partner that can bring money and has the facility to make it bigger, like produce it in multiple forms, and you have a patent on it and you are getting information on everything. Am I correct? Or you can tell the world and you acknowledge for it. So when you connect, a lot of things happen. The internet provides this opportunity for you to reach not just a small audience, but a wider audience. So it is so important. Now, we live on the internet. And I told you that the internet is just like it is another form of our real world. So let me tell you what that means. So in the real world, you have a house, am I correct? And on your house, you have a lock. So that just anybody will not, trespassers will not get into your house, am I correct? Or marauders. Now, what again do you have in the real world? You have friends, you connect. You have privacy. You are concerned, okay, great. You are concerned for security. Let's go to the very first slide here. You are concerned for security, am I correct? So let's talk of the internet as a place. So let me liken it. Now, you have your space, which is your house. Let's take it as you having your email account. Your email account is your house. You own everything that is there. Now, for your email account, you have locks on your door. There is a door. That's your login page. That's the door. Am I correct? Now, you have the username where you supply that. You say that I am the one. Identify me. Then you have a secret key, which you call password, that you use. That's the lock into the house. Am I correct? Good. Now, you put a door on your house so that anybody will not just throw it and do anything there. So when you get into your password, you have had access into your house. Now, in the real world, you understand that there are intruders. So in the internet world, the online world, there are intruders too. And that is why the need for digital safety to be taught is very important. And also, because you are educators and you are life builders, and you understand that your children are disposed to this primarily. Like Prof said yesterday, one of our speakers, he said, I'm not part of you actually. Or maybe I'm not actually. I don't know what to call myself. But when I want to bully my friends, I'll tell them I don't belong to a certain generation, maybe generation Y. I'm not in generation Y category. I'm not a millennial. I was not born in the 2000s. So I just want to show that I'm a bit older. So, but I know I was not born into the era where there was no internet was not being used. Yes, I was born in the early 1990s. So, but let's say that now he said that a category of people, let me add myself, that we are digital migrants. Am I correct? That we move, we are just adopting, we are just becoming digital compliant. But the children of today, the learners of today are digital citizens. They are born into it. So naturally they are inclined. Give him a phone. Give him 2 hours with it. We would have found his way around quite a number of things without teaching it. That is just it. So if we don't upskill, we'll not be able to meet them at their primary place. Is that all right? So if they are naturally inclined to it. They are primarily inclined to it. We need to teach them digital safety because there are a lot of reasons why they need to be safer online. The next slide, please. Let's talk. Let's talk. The next, please. Yes, I want to ask you a few things. I will be asking you, and I'm also asking your students and your children. Do they use internet to chat with friends? Do you use internet to chat with friends? You are answering for yourself and your students and your children. Number one is, do you use internet to chat with friends? Okay. Do you use internet to do your homework? Okay. Okay. Do you use the internet to share photos of yourself and your family members? Okay. Do you use the internet to share funny videos and photos? If you put it on your WhatsApp status or you are sending it to someone, you are using it, don't forget. So, do you use the internet to do such? Yes, definitely. All right. So let's move. So all those things are files that will be private to you. Let's move to the next slide. So there are the bad guys on the internet. There are the bad guys that you might be exposed to, or your students might be exposed to. We have the oversharers, one. We have the hackers. We have the fisher, and we have the troublemaker. I'll not go to the slides. It will be made available to you, however. And okay, I need to also say that for each school, there's a material that will give you two per school. You just want to have your representation. You can put it on your library. It is made internet safety, online safety for children. So we hand it over to you, can put it on your shelf and you can have access to it when it is time. So I'll go through this and I will not have to go with myself. My slide is very long. So we have the oversharers. Who are the oversharers? Okay, let's go if you have an idea. Okay. Oh, those are the what? The first ones that we saw. Who are they? The bad guys. Am I correct? Now, because there are the bad guys, you need to be an internet hero. You need to be strong on the internet. So let's see how to be an internet hero. Number one, repeat and say to me. Number one, be sharp. All right? Be strong. Be alert. Be kind. And be brave. Next slide. The next slide we'll be talking about the bad guys. Now, the first bad guys are the oversharers. The first bad guys are the oversharers. Okay. Yes. The first bad guys are the oversharers. Go to the previous slide. Now, who are the oversharers? Now, I must say that whatsoever thing you want to keep private, whatsoever thing, information, text, video, picture, that you want to keep private, don't put it on the internet. Let it stay on your phone. Don't move it from one point to the other using the internet. Is that gotten? Yeah. Because when you send something through the internet, you send it from one point to the other, you share out, you send out, you can't control what happens to that thing anymore. At that point, when you share, there are people called oversharers, and they are not necessarily so bad, but the oversharers can pick that simple thing that you have shared, and they just screenshot it. Now there's a method. I want to move faster because I see that I'm dwelling too much. So there is something that happens on social media. There's something called receipts. How many of us has heard of the word receipt before on the internet? Now, what does receipt mean? Receipt means that when you share anything, you are keeping records. So they quickly screenshot it so that if you go later in the future and you go and delete it, like now you are saying that President Buhari is so faulty, you want him out, and maybe next month he draws you in with some, he gives you a position, and you are beginning to resay everything. Some people have kept it for you and say you did this at the time, and you want to do all those things. Some people have kept it. Is that right? So you can't control whatever thing you have pushed out. Even on your WhatsApp, when you put on your status, people can screenshot. So the oversharer can pick a single thing. Let's say you are sleeping, or okay, your child is sleeping, or your student is sleeping, and your child, there are some places we do now. You just want to show the child that look at how you are sleeping, and you open your mouth, and you did that, and you mistakenly posted it on Facebook. Oh my God. And the next 1 minute you put it up, you can't be sure that it will not have become a meme. Yes, they'll just put something there, and you just see that they're having a conversation and they started sharing it and they're put meme. A meme is they are picture expressions that people just add random text and they use for communication. They can make it a sticker. So in the world today, anything you don't want to go out, just keep it on your local storage, your phone or your PC. Don't share to from one point to the other on the internet. There are overshares that can pick it up and blow it for you. So thank you. Okay, let me just talk about this one. So this man just did this picture of himself. Let's go to the next slide. And he posted it. And people picked it up and they started making brands of it. They made a t-shirt for it. They made a cup for it, and they are saying it's not the one, though. They just put it, they loved it, and they made it available for things they want to sell. So this is Mackenzie comment, okay. Okay, so such things like that, they pick it up quickly, and they can quickly share for any reason, either to nail you in the future or for joke purposes, which we may not be comfortable with. Now, okay, we have the oversharer. So another way to keep this, to check this. Please let me know what time I have left. I think I should have like 5 minutes. All right. Okay, so here I will make this available for you. Now, one way to keep your space safe is putting user, how do I call it? On your social media, there's something we call audience settings. Yes. Anything you want to send that you just want it to stay within your friends or your family, you can set it and say that, okay, what I'm posting now should just be for my friends, not friends of friends or friends of friends of friends. Are you getting me? Or any other, if you want it to just stay within your family, just know in your mind that this is what I want to post. I want it to stay here. On WhatsApp too, you can restrict people who can see your status. Things like that. So you may need to consciously do such if you even need to share on social media. Now, the next. Okay, let me fix this. Now, this is a situation of a student who posted just on the internet that I hate my teacher, and another student is responding, me too. And the teacher now said that, do you realize you are friends online? So the student just posted that you just posted, maybe getting out of the class and you enjoy it. And the student just posted out of mind. And teacher just said, hey, I can see this. So let's move. So that one is telling us that we should also be careful. Anytime we want to post, we should teach our students. Don't just post. Sometimes we need to recheck where I'm posting to. Am I willing to do this? Am I sure if someone else pick it up, I won't feel bad. So let's go to the take me back. Just take me back. 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 So I can move faster. Take me back. Take me back. Yes, let's stay here. Now we have the hackers. Now, who are the hackers? Hackers are people who makes efforts to get unauthorized access to your private space. They are like robbers, marauders. You didn't ask them to come, but they are looking for every way to engineer their self inside. So I won't be able to say so much, but there's an explanation on the slide when I make it available. So you need to keep yourself safe from that. How do you do such? You need to build strong passwords. You need to create strong passwords. Let me give you an example of a strong password. Strong password can save you from hackers in so many ways. Now, strong password should be a combination of alphabetic characters, that's alpha and letters of the alphabet, plus numbers, plus what? Symbols. Now, you can still make it harder by adding uppercase and lowercase letters. So let me give you an example. The password of my student portal at SQI is, my name is Jacob Abi. So Jacob, capital letter J, small letter HCOB, at, I've added a symbol. Let's say a number that stands well with me, 1933 Don't mix it. You can see 19 is actually one of my favorite numbers, but I have to change the 3. I will tell you the number. Okay, so what did I say? Jacob, capital letter J, ACOB at 1933. That's it. That looks like a strong password. Make sure, and when you are calling your password, make sure it is something that you can remember, not something notable. You can just now use the method I've told you to combine alphabetic and numeric letters to form it, so that you don't always forget your password. So that is that. Then we have the fishers. So who are the fishers? The fishers are impostors. Impostors. And this one, we fall for it. I don't fall for it. We fall for it. A lot of us fall for it very well. And I will tell you, fishers want to show you, bring what you are familiar with. I get it. They will bring it to you to steal from you. For example, MTN is celebrating 21st anniversary. Some people will go and create a link that is not from MTN, and they will brand it MTN, and they will put, in fact, they can go there. Some people who are so smart, you know, you have mtnonline.com. They know that you may be quick to not check what is wrong with their link. They can just say MTN. You know, the original was mtnonline.com. They can say mtnonline.com. Once you see MT and you see online, you may easily think it's MTN, and you put an MTN brand and you click, and they want you to supply some of your private details, your card details, your account details, your personal details, and they get that, and they begin to have your WhatsApp, they begin to have your Facebook, they begin to add your bank account. It's fishers that do that. They use a lot of ways. They can tell you, First Bank, $1 million giveaway. Sometimes they give ridiculous things, but sometimes they are so perfect with what they will bring to you. Those are fishers. They will create fake links, like a mirror of the original thing, and they will allow some of the things they will ask you are your private details. And once they have access to it, they begin to stop. The next thing are the troublemakers. Now, who are the troublemakers? And this one concerns our children so much, and our students. The troublemakers are bullies. We call them cyberbullying. People who will come online and use some level of social engineering to want to bully us or our children, because they are young and they are still in their mind is still in their formative stage. They can exploit that. Are you getting me? To get them into things they didn't plan to. There are cyberbullies that will come and say that maybe they posted a picture of themselves and they will say that your head looks like coconut, and they feel sad, and they will not want to share with you. Maybe they are picking your phone when you are not there, and they can't tell you that I picked your phone. You understand? Because you have not got them there. So, and they begin to go through that bullying, psychological, distortion, and they can't tell you. Now, you need to tell them that there are cyberbullies, and they should be able to speak out when they encounter such persons. They could get into platforms, carelessly, because they are not guided sometimes. They can get into platforms that they didn't plan to get into. You need to teach them where not to go, how to spot what is not safe for them, and how to be able to speak out when they see that they're getting into trouble on the internet. Those are the troublemakers. So let's go to the next thing. Now, stay here. So, how to be an internet hero? I've explained it, but I'll end on this note. Be sharp. What does it mean to be sharp? Share with care. Anything you want to share on the internet, do what? Share with care. So let's repeat that. Be sharp. What's the next thing? I can't hear you. Be strong. What does it mean to be strong? Secure your secrets. Secure those things that are personal to you. Secure it with good internet. Good passwords. Good passwords, strong passwords, secure it. The next thing, be alert. Don't fall for fake. Don't fall for fishers. Don't fall for social engineering. Don't fall for people who want to steal from you. The next one is be kind. What does it mean to be kind? Don't be a bully. Don't be what? Don't be a bully, because you don't want people to bully you too. So tell your students that they should not be a bully, because they don't want to be a bully. treat people the way you want them to treat you. Treat people kindly on the internet. Don't go on the internet and everybody saying that someone said it's like coconut, and you're also daring to say someone said it's looking. It may not look good for you. And now I will tell you something. When you are seeking international opportunities as teachers, some of the things that is being looked at, especially for international agencies, are your social engagements. They go to check your background, or because you are a reflection of some of the things you post. So they want to check who are you, what are the things you're engaged in. So if they go there and they see that you're a bully, you are not going to get such opportunity. Do you understand? So let's say there's an opportunity to go for a World Teachers Conference, and you apply for a scholarship to go, and they are going to grant you, and they are trying to check your profile, and they saw such things, you are using it. So you need to be kind on the internet. Okay, good. Now the last one is what? Be brave. Teach your students to be brave. They should, if they are in doubt of anything, they should talk out. When you see that juicy offer on the internet, you may need to ask another person. This is what I saw. Does this sound okay? Do you understand? So be brave. Teach your students to be brave. If they are in doubt of something on the internet, they should ask you. So, one more information. When you are using all your social platforms, there's something called the two-factor authentications. They are available on all your platforms, like your WhatsApp. You need to, because they add WhatsApp very well these days, you can activate it in your settings, in your privacy settings. You can activate your two-factor authentication. And like I said, this slide and every other thing that is left will be made available to you. Let me take 2 questions. Yes, let me take 2 questions. Let me take 2 questions. 2 questions. Okay. All right. Okay. Can someone help me to hand the mic to her?
I want to have how to get the link, those links.
Okay.
The teachers are using. How can we identify good link and wrong link? Not every link are bad, but how can we identify those ones? Like myself, I don't like anything started with BITLY because that is how I used to. So this morning you said we should register. You said we should use BITLY. Okay, if you have to, I will come back to the
Thank you for your question. Thank you so much for your question. Now, how to spot phishing link? It's a very great question. Number one, usually they come with too good to believe offers, unbelievable, incredible offers. That first of all, even when you are feeling tired, when you see something like that, you may want to say, okay, let me just try. Oh yeah. Now they come with that usually. Now there are some who are smarter that will not come with that. Now, to spot good links or good offers, when you see anything like that on the internet, now like they're associating themselves with MTN or whatever, you can pick the information that they have written. Maybe MTN is giving 10 billion naira giveaway. Carry it. Are you getting me? And take it to google.com and put it there. Now, if you do not see anything that links to MTN directly, by the time you open it, you are not seeing do you read? Okay. Another way to spot now, they will say that you set a thief to catch a thief. You need to be informed very well. So if you don't know how the original platform or what is peculiar to MTN platforms or Diamond Bank or whatever platform or the Nigerian government, if you don't know it, you may not be able to easily spot it. But in such cases, just carry it, take it to Google. The options that it's going to bring, if it does not bring anything that is peculiar, that routes back to the organization, don't go for it. If I'm going to announce an opportunity, maybe at teachers conference now, and you don't find it on our page, why should the third party be the only person sharing it? Do you understand what I'm saying? So those are ways you could spot it. Another way to spot phishing link is when you go online, and there may be tools to spot it, but I didn't see that coming. Are you getting it? I would have checked some tools that you can use to check for phishing link. But basically, too good to believe offers, then put it on Google, check if it routes back to the original, if it routes back to the original company, and also when they are asking you for private information, too private information. Now, the things that you should be asked are things that you can give out. Your identity are things, your identity are information. Now, if anybody will ask you for your BBN, now your BBN is just an identity information type. It's not so private. Nobody can steal from you with your BBN. Your BBN is just a bank verification number. Though it's your personal thing and you don't need to be throwing it up and down. But then nobody can really steal from you with BBN alone. So if you have your BBN and you have another thing to support it, they can steal from you. So now, if anybody will ask you for BBN, it must be government agencies and things that deals with financial related, offers or reasons to pay, or your banking platforms. If it's not financial related and they're asking for your BBN, why? Why should I supply it? Then they can ask you for things like your name. Sometimes your email address could be jeopardized to if it is just anywhere. Is that right? So what again could be asked? Just simple things that you can share with anybody. Those are the ways you can support platforms that are unsafe. Did I answer your question right, man? Okay, thank you very much for that. Okay, one more question.
Thank you, sir. Please, how secure is our documents if they are saved on Google Drive?
Okay, yes. How secure are your documents if they are saved on Google Drive? They are really secure. Now, I don't want to say 100%. You know why I don't want to say 100%? Now, what I told you that the internet is just like your physical building. You can hang your key out carelessly. In fact, you can drop and someone knows that your house is here. But if you keep your house safe and in order, your files are safe. And the reason for cloud platform for saving your documents with the internet, using platforms like management systems to keep your software and your document, is because it is kept for a long time and you can flip it anytime. Do you understand? So it is safe. Google Drive is very safe. If you don't hand the key over to another person, carelessly or accidentally, yes, Google Drive is very safe. So thank you for coming to my talk. So thank you very much. Now, I have a second section which I'm going to take in 5 minutes. Now, and that is, I want to introduce you to an app. And I'm coming from the standpoint that the millennials that you are teaching today, they are what? They are primarily disposed to digital tools. Take learning to them. What did I say? Take learning to them. Now, I may not be able to show this in practice, but during our exhibition section, we'll be able to show it in practice. You can visit me or visit during the exhibition session, there will be stand for that. All right. So I've been able to confirm that during the exhibition session, we can have that. Now, I told you that you need to bring learning forward to them. Now, when we say bringing learning forward, this is one of the tools that I can use to bring learning forward. Now, we call it read along. Read along. It used to be called Bolo before, but now it is called read along. Now, read along is used, okay, it is a tool for you to expose young children between the ages of 3 to any age that you think will be learning to read. What age do we introduce children to reading? Is it from age 2, age 3, age 4? Okay, from 4-year-old to the length that you may want to. Now, when you are just exposing them to reading, now with these two, they can be learning to read when they have your phone in their hands. So there is a private tutor that will be teaching them A, say A, B. You will have an experience of it during the exhibition section. So go to the next slide. All right, go to the next slide. Okay, good. The features of the app includes it allows the children, your children or your students to read all by themselves. Now, with the app, read along app, the app can teach them letters of the alphabet, how to form 2-letter words, how to create sentences. So it gamifies it. They move from one stage to the other. And instead of being afraid of when they are holding your phone, you don't need to be afraid. Just give them the tool and encourage them to like it. Now, when you encourage them and you get them to like it easily, they will continue to just love it and they can learn to read and write. Like I said, during the exhibition session, we are going to be able to have an in-depth time with this. Thank you very much for listening, and that will be all for my section. Thank you. Thank you. I'm back. Now, yes, thank God you are laughing. Maybe you have an idea. I needed to take a break before this. Now, it is not my session now. Next, keynote. And that's keynote number what? Keynote number 5. So, check your agenda. Do you have the agenda notes with you? Okay. So, the topic of the keynote will be going digital and electronic management of school processes. So during this section, you are going to, it's a very, very deep, section. From yesterday, you've been learning how you are digital migrants, how you could, technology is an enabler, how technology can assist you to do more and do things more efficiently. This is a time for you to listen actively as I'll be inviting the next speaker. That is Dr. Adeyemi Aderinto. He's the founder of SQI ICT Consultants. Welcome.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. I'm excited to do with us this morning. And I think you are also excited to be here today. And I will try as much as possible to make my session as exciting as possible. I woke up tired this morning. And after this session, I am having another session in another conference again. So I'll try to make it as brief as possible. But while I'm speaking, I want us to take notes of any question you might want to ask, so that we'll be able to take it all together and I answer us all together. Now, as it has been said, my name is Adeyemi Aderinto, and I have managed to set up the SQI ICT Consultants, the umbrella company for SQI College of ICT, and the solution now before I proceed. Each time I try to speak with people like us, maybe some professors at schools or doctors, and I try to encourage them to go digital. Some of them will snap and say, hey, we're going to see our born before computer now. Who will lay you easy for? I believe there are some born before computer here. Baba, I don't want to look at your side. That's why I'm looking at this. So you have caught my attention. For the fact that you are now here, it's like you are reverting yourself. And now you have been reverted into the computer world. And that is the reason why we bring about this conference to make sure that gets taught, to ensure that we are being brought up to speed in what we should know. Because there is something about teachers, even though we don't give so much honors to teachers, but the fact is that teachers are like clerics, like pastors. They determine our environments. Teachers determine our community. In fact, every other thing follows after teachers. Security follows after teachers. If teachers are well equipped and doing their job well, police may not have so much work to do. The prison might be a place that is just wasting up. Every other thing follows after teacher. There's someone, I don't know what happened. The community have just lost that understanding that this is the key, this is the source. If our children are going to be right tomorrow, these are the people that will help us guide them. And the reason for this is because, you see, teachers are like drivers. What do I call teachers? Teachers are drivers. Teachers drives our society. You tell us where to go. I have said something to my daughter before, my 8-year-old daughter. I told her that these people, and I was talking to all of them, herself and the rest of the siblings. I said, you guys are aliens in this world. Hope we know what aliens are. Have we watched aliens movie? You guys are aliens. He said, no, we are not aliens. We are human beings. I said, you are aliens. I said, why do you say we are aliens? Said, because we are strangers here. You don't know so many things. We have to be teaching you. Aliens are new on Earth. So when aliens come, if they see water, they will be surprised that what is this? They might start examining water. Now, why is it transparent? Why is it flowing like this? Maybe in their own space. It doesn't act that way. And when you look at those children, you will agree with me that they behave like aliens. They ask questions about everything. Daddy, why is this one burning? Why is this one not burning? Why is this one breaking? Why is this one not breaking? So many questions, to the point that at a point you might begin to say your question is too much. And they ask questions that you may not even be able to answer. So she said one day that, Daddy, how come mommy knows all my assignments? Primary 1 or primary 2? You're primary 1. Your mommy knows all your assignments. She said, because mommy has been there before. And that's why I used to call you an alien. Those children, even if they are in SS2, SS3, even in tertiary institutions, they still depend on teachers to guide them. They don't know where to go, what to do. They don't even know which course to go for. It is a teacher that will tell them. So my question this morning is that what happens if the driver does not know where we are going? Do you see that with that we are in trouble? Driver, where are you taking us to? I don't know. I don't think you want to be in that kind of bus. Not in this moment of insecurity. Ah. But do you know that unfortunately that's what we are having today? And that is why most of our students don't want to be in our buses. Haven't you noticed that? They listen less today. They follow their teachers and parents less today, if you have noticed. There is something that teaches them more today than us. They learn more from these things today than their teachers. So there are times that they felt they have some understanding that the teachers do not have. They felt the teacher does not know where we are going. So when you want to teach them things, they felt, and they do not listen. They do not want to listen. Because they felt the driver does not know where we are going. And sincerely, that is one of the reasons we have brought about this conference. We have to partner with, I've forgotten the name of our company. Yes, they have been a great organization and they have been doing this for years. Unfortunately, I don't understand. They have never been to Ogbomoso. When they come to, you did what? Do you know about them? Yes. You know about them? You know about them? Wow, that's happening here. Okay, but they are here right now. It is not going to be consistent, sir. Every year, our driver must know the way. We cannot afford our society to be lost. They are the ones that are leading us, and they must know the way. So I promise you, by the grace of God, this will be consistent, and it will get better every year. And by the time that is done, it means our society will start becoming more beautiful. Then for technology, it means our students can come back to us and look up to us for technology. Are you getting what I'm talking about? They are not doing that now, but we want to make sure they begin to do that. Students should be able to come to you and say, Uncle, is it safe to be on Facebook? Uncle, when am I supposed to open an account on Twitter? Which platform is best for me to learn at home? I should be able to tell him this platform is the best, this one is old, this one is this one. The technology is this one is super. I say, wow, Uncle is speaking. That's the way it should be. And that's the way we are going to make it be. So I want to beckon on us. Let's make sure we are consistent with this thing. Every new technology, the plan is to bring it to us first. Learn it first before your students will know about it. By the time they begin to hear about it, you should be able to tell them the history of the technology. And the honor should remain there that my teacher, just like my daughter said, that my teacher knows everything. My teacher does what? Knows. Thank you for that. So now I'm going to just tell us two things to round up my section. Two things I want us to pay attention to. There have been a few heartbreaking moments with some fellows that felt frustrated because they lost their career paths. I met someone in 2018. He studied career something counseling, guidance and counseling. He graduated and served and became stranded. That thing is hurting our children, hurting them. It's annoying when you try to correct them. Don't go in the way of Yahoo Yahoo. And they say, Sherry, and you don't have an answer to that. It pains. So I was speaking to him, frustrated brother. He started a course here, software engineering. And after a while, oh my God, he became big. When I say big, I mean big. He became big. He can sponsor the whole of this conference without blinking an eye. So I asked him, how come you are so talented in this thing? How come you did not do it on time? He said he never knew there is a course called software engineering. If he had known, he wouldn't have wasted 6-7 years learning what he will never use. And his soul would have been blessing the teacher that guided him to that path, that, oh, with your talent, I think this is the path you should go. And it's not the only one. He wasn't the first. And he wasn't the last that told me the same thing. So when we began to think, what is happening? What is going on? Why are people missing their path? And after a long time, that's when they now find their way. We realize that it's because the real guidance does not really know about this course. We know about mechanical engineering. We know about chemical engineering. We know about medicine. Those common courses. But we are not aware of the new courses we have today. We are not. Unfortunately, we are seeing signs that the way industries are working doesn't look like the way industries were working before. We have saw that. We have been seeing it the way we are working today. You are seeing people meeting on Zoom today. Somebody in Edo this morning called me and wanted to fix a Zoom meeting with me on Tuesday. I had to beg her that we already have a Zoom meeting to meet with another company in Lagos that Tuesday. Can you make your own Wednesday? I can be in Ogbomoso within 2 days and meet with people that are in extreme places. The way we meet has changed. But somehow, we do not know, understand on time, that then it means what we should be learning should have changed. So somehow, our children are feeling lost. Let us to also stop. In ICT today, which is the tool that is driving everything, I am telling you everything, even oil company. A man that sent his son here to learn just AutoCAD. When the son left, the son is working at an oil company. After a while, he said, how I wish my son had learned software engineering. I bet he's working at oil company now. He said, those that are his colleague in that oil company that has software engineering skills are taking ×3 of what he's taking. They are paying him big. At least when that son, when he had his wedding, they had to go to Dubai, so which means he's comfortable. Now imagine, as comfortable as he is, he's still feeling bad that some people are being paid ×3 of what he's getting, just because they have what they are using today. The courses we are not familiar with, please let's begin to learn about them now. I have mentioned one now. What is that one? Don't let it be their colleagues that will be telling them. And they will come to you and say, Auntie, what is software engineering? Please don't let it happen. No. Another course that is gradually gaining popularity is robotics engineering. Say it with me. Robotics engineering. I don't have enough time to really go in details what these courses are about. Not enough time. The third course I'm going to mention now is cyber security. Somebody say cyber security. Very good. We have a lot of policemen that are coming here now to learn about cyber security. They have known that security has gone past physical. Security is now digital. Yahoo boys are smarting them. You'll be looking at people like this, you think you have secured that person, and that person will be stealing from you. The internal auditor of your state government at the time, I will not mention the year so that you not trace it. He or she, don't let me mention gender too, said to me one day and said, the system we are using to manage our finance, when that programmer enters the server, I will enter with him. And I will sit down with him and I will be looking at everything he is doing. I laugh inside. He can steal you while you are looking. Do you have an idea? If you don't have an idea, you don't have an idea. The words are now 3. You have to know about this third one. We are not unfamiliar with the spiritual world. I mean, somehow we are African, we believe there is a spiritual world, right? At least, maybe we in our dreams, okay? In our dreams, we can say that's our spiritual world. I can say, Amuri Nino Alani. And you get what I'm talking about. If physically, I can also say, Akpadeni SQL. Another thing, right? There is now the third word. Alipade Twitter. Have you? Like that, on Facebook. If you are not aware of this word, you will be missing. Both in career, both in business, both in everything, you will be missing. A painter was painting and he said, Oga, hey Joe, èmi náà fẹ́ máa ṣe àwọn iṣẹ́ tẹ́lẹ̀ yẹn kàn jókòó sílé ìyálẹ̀ lọ ṣiṣẹ́ yẹn. Mo ní tí wọn náà bá ń ṣiṣẹ́ tẹ́lẹ̀ yẹn jókòó sílé ó ṣiṣẹ́ rẹ̀ gbogbo oṣù. Ta ló máa bá mi paint? Ọ̀gá ẹ ti máa ń lẹ́nu ọmọ bá yín paint. And he knows what he's talking about. There are people that are doing that today and they are working, real work. They work at home. When I was speaking with a professor in Latin yesterday, I was narrating to him how a student that is a student in LAUTECH and here works from home and earn a ridiculous amount. When I say ridiculous, just let us leave it like that. Like that. An amount that lecturers will say even our BC is not earning it. It's more bored and he never leaves home. His mother heard about it, and the mother cannot understand. Also, who is paying you salary? What are you doing? There is something we call remote job today. Doesn't it sound strange to you when you begin to hear it? You will be at home, your company you're working for is in the US. You call it remote jobs. You don't get it. People put on tie and go to work each morning. What is happening today? Somebody say things have changed. Someone say things have changed. You do not put that home very well. Maybe you don't know how serious it is. So, first, what I need you to understand is careers that have changed. Please, please. Today's ICT career, there is nothing, no other career you can use to compare it. About 10 years ago, whenever we are in our board meeting at Esquire College of ICT, I used to tell them that the time is coming that if you're working, if your son is working in a oil company and he has a job placement in an ICT company, he will go and give 10 million. Because ICT will become more valuable than oil. 10 years after, it's already happened. Already happened. I am telling you, people are resigning oil company job to start a fintech company or to join a fintech organization, which are ICT organizations. It's already happening. So I mentioned some 3 courses to us. Do you remember them? Can you mention it? Thank you. When you get to browse those courses, understand them more. Some other courses that are trending today are like 3D graphics and animation. 3D graphics and animation. That is what we are creating that studio for. For people to be able to create. My mother's friend saw a cartoon and she was telling my mother, àwọn òyìnbó yìí, iṣẹ́ ọwọ́ wọn bí iṣẹ́ ọwọ́ Ọlọ́run ni o. Àbí báwo ni pẹ́pẹ́ yóò ṣe máa sọ̀rọ̀? Ẹ wo ewúrẹ́ náà ó sì ń dá lóhùn. My mother is a little bit enlightened, so she was just looking like, it's cartoon. They animated it. It is not real. She felt it is real. Those kind of things, our children can be involved in it. They have multi-billion-dollar industries. And companies are looking for them. Unfortunately, they can't be found here. Sometimes they look for them outside the country. Outside the country, we're not going to bring one in there. It's not that our children cannot know it, but we have not guided them to it. So I've mentioned a few. Just make sure you browse about it and browse, check more about it. Then I will go to my final section, the final part I want to touch, which has to do with you being a teacher. That has to be with your student. But now, you being a teacher. The first thing I want you to know about this other section is that as a teacher, you are no longer limited. You are no longer what? Limited. You are no longer limited. God, you do not know what you are. If you do, oh my God, you don't. Like I explained to my digital marketing students yesterday, I said, you have YouTube for free. That YouTube, I said, is bigger than a television station. 20 years ago, to have a television station is a dream out of this world. But when you did the Western region, if I was a television station. Television station. With YouTube in your hand, you have a DSTV. DSTV has so many channels on it. That's what, and it is free, but we don't use it. Some of us have wonderful talent, but we don't use it. Now, SQI ICT Consultant, the parent company of the school, created a digital platform for schools and for teachers. That digital platform is called the eDossier. If you can help me put it on the screen. What did I call it? Now, the eDossier works for you in two ways. Number one, it helps you to digitize your school. Everything in your school. I'm not talking about, we have some school management software that, you can learn on it, you can process only results on it. But this one, everybody becomes digitized, including the teachers there. Everything you do in that school, including your classrooms, it becomes digitized. So it's like your complete school becoming electronic. That's it. So when that happens, the limit, the physical limit is gone. You can manage and do everything anywhere. That is if your school is using it. Now, another part is, even while you are teaching in a school, you can also use that platform personally. Yes. How many of us have tutorial centers here? Tutorial centers. Wonderful. God bless you, sir. Wonderful. For the tutorial center, you have to rent a place where you keep students, right? And the space might even limit the number of students you can contain. Now imagine a platform that has no limits. You don't need to rent a space. And you can set it up as a tutorial center. You can employ people you have never met. They will teach students you have never met. Students you have never met will pay your school, your tutorial center. And they will do better than the physical gathering that you're having. Are you getting what I'm talking about? And these people are not limited that they can call someone, share it with someone in Lagos, and someone in Lagos can join that school immediately without having to come to Ogbomoso. Physical world is limited. The tutorial center can only take people within the community. But you having this now, people just need to know, oh, there is this platform anywhere in Nigeria, West Africa, that does well. When you learn from it, oh, your jump is settled. When you learn from it, your WAEC is no problem. I am telling you, you can have thousands of students gathering there without you having to rent a space. Now imagine you competing with someone that is using that. They are at home, you are teaching them. They are, in a hall, anywhere, you are teaching them. Meanwhile, the other person is limited. They have to take bike, Okada, to get there before they can be taught. They will prefer you. So we have the platform available both for your school and for teachers. You can go on it. We have free version for teachers. You have the version that is free for you. Set your ops event. Learn about it on YouTube. Begin to record your classes, put it on it. You can share it with people. People can register, pay you on it. And with that, if you are good at teaching people to pass WAEC, JAMB, oh, this is an opportunity for you. Teach WAEC, teach JAMB on it. Share it on WhatsApp, share it anywhere on Facebook. Let people come from every angle and on their phone, or their mommy's phone, or their daddy's phone. Let them learn from you. Now, the best teacher in the world has no limit again. Before, if you are the best teacher in a subject, you are limited to probably where you are. Okay? But now, the best teacher in the world can teach someone in Ghana using this platform. Someone in Ghana can pay you for your talents, can pay you for your skills. You don't have to be limited with the physical environment any longer. So on the platform, you have the part that, you can fully set up your school where people, students will get promoted from primary 1 to primary 2, primary 3, and you never meet to SS1, and they are attending classes, they are taking their exams, and you are computing their result. Their parents can even see their result. At a point, I'm very sure it will begin to happen that maybe parents will begin to compare. That it's like you are doing better on that digital school than that physical school. Charlie, we draw a physical school by the time is coming. Ẹ kàn má jẹ́ kó bá wa lójijì. Ẹ tẹ́lẹ̀ bá bá wa lójijì, àwọn kan ti máa ń lọ. Àwọn ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ máa join training. Don't be too late to join that training. So aside results, exams, classes, you also have what do we call it? Human resources to manage your staffs. You have payroll to manage the payroll of your staff. It is all automated. If your school is physical, you might also want to use assets to manage all the assets that you have. Who is in charge? Office will lower, water lower, all those things like that can be well managed with it. And so many other features that I cannot afford to remember that. But one thing is just important. You don't want to miss the way yourself. Because once you miss the way, our community is lost. Thank you for having me today.
By a moment, like our practice that we have adopted well yesterday. I need to say that yesterday we didn't have it like this because, we had to shrink our time. So if you have any question, one or two is leaving now. You might not be able to join our panel discussion in the afternoon. I'm not sure. So if you have one or two questions on what you have said, you should ask now. You should ask now. If you have one or two questions on what you have said, you should ask now. Okay, there is one question, please. And let her come close to the mic. So she can come, the person can come there. That would be the only question I'll be able to take. Or is there anybody? Because of time. Okay, there is two. Just two now.
Good morning, everybody. We appreciate our resource person. This place continues to be better than this.
Amen.
Now, firstly, I appreciate the organizers of this program because I think it's the first time in Ogbomoso we attend this type of program. You are normally attending Lagos, so we appreciate you. Then secondly, coming to software, the fields that you have mentioned, the courses.
Okay,
That's
the courses.
another question.
Okay.
The courses you have mentioned. I think they are providers here, they are school owners here too. How can you partner with them in organizing classes for students right from the primary school? I want to put that one forward to you now, that we need to have a curriculum that will now assist these students from the primary school. It will be by bits, just the way the curriculum looks like. Then we now throw it out. We sell it to schools and we start working on this. That's number one. Maybe you have started, I don't know. If you have not, please let's do. And if you have started, let's know. Then the second question is about Eid. Yes, I've had it because I've joined your online classes before. I've joined one of these programs. So we've never met.
Wow. We've met online.
Yes, yes. So the second question is about the Eid. This Eid, yes, school needs the platform for tutorial centers for teachers. Maybe you now need to organize another program that will now need to reorientate our teachers on how to plan their classes that will be YouTube compliant. So, thank you very much.
Okay.
Yes, I'd like you to respond to this one.
Of course. The first one is about curriculum.
Yes.
All right. Yes. Well, I believe that pain you have in your heart has been a pain in our hearts also for so long. We have English from primary school throughout. We have maths throughout. Unfortunately, ICT, which is also as crucial as English and math, we don't have it from primary school. At least when my children were told that, we are learning computer at school, and the only thing I have been hearing him and the mother reciting is, who is the father of computer? And they said something back there or something. I told him, I said, see, I am the father of computer. That was all. What do you need that for? It's like just brainstorming to me. I mean, brainwashing to me, calling one white man father of computer. I don't understand. They need something much more tangible. Yes, that's not what they are teaching them there. They are teaching them something that they will use to make this for us. You see young children making this for us in China. They're not teaching them Charles Babbage. So actually we'll be working and brainstorming. It's just that it's a big project. We wish, instead of us just doing it, we don't need to make any revenue on it. We wish to be able to convince our governments, because it is the government that can actually help to spread it all around for a real curriculum that will impact our children. So one thing I just want to assure you is that we are not keeping silence on it. The best we can do so far has been for secondary school students, which we always do on the ICT Friday. And we have been working on trying to bring it to the schools too. The only challenge we used to face when we want to bring it to school is the infrastructure to use. We cannot bring a computer that you don't have a screen, and the children will not have computers to practice what they are saying. It can't work that way. So imagine if the government can just fix that. A screen and computers, then it will make the work easier. So we are working on it. If there is a school here that has the infrastructure, we'll be willing to help, we'll be willing to partner to make sure that happens. The second question.
The platform getting into.
Okay, learning how to use it to set up your system.
Yes.
Very good. I don't know. Would you like to answer that?
Okay. All right. So setting up your system, Edosia has a learning management system and a platform for what do you call it now? Tutorial center. So when you learn how to make proper videos for such, your videos can be what you said, YouTube compliant. So with the teaching platform that is available on Edosia that we are currently working on, you are able to make video content that can be available for anybody to see what you have made. Like we are teaching mathematics here, and anybody, even people from across Africa can see how best you can teach algebra. You want to say something?
Yes. And he said, how can we organize the training for them to be able to make those videos well, you know, use the platform well? So I want to believe Mr. Jacob is in love with teachers. I don't know where you got that love. So from where? Wow. So I'm very sure he will come up with an idea on how to equip us, whether for our schools. If you are a proprietor, please, you can meet with him today. Let him know about you being a proprietor or a proprietress and how you can equip your school without using their platform. If you already have a tutorial center, you might want to meet with him immediately after this program. So I think I will hold it there.
So I will take the two questions together, and it should be short.
All right, thank you, sir. As we are teaching, make reference to the parents who said how he knew he was about his son to go for software engineering. That was 3 years in the university. Now, my take there is this: as an ICT compliant, what is your advice as parents? Should we stop sending them to university and study further in their academics, or they should go into software engineering that will earn them more money in the future?
Take that again, I didn't get that.
That as parents,
Okay.
now should we stop sending our children to university to go and study at the higher tertiary school, or they should go fully into ICT to go and study ICT, software engineering, like you mentioned here, to go and study other engineering. So what your take on that?
The second question. So you can, he has like a few minutes here. It needs to be elsewhere now.
I think my concern is that he has addressed it about the issue of curriculum for these new courses that are coming up. How do we implement them into our educational system? Not just as private schools, but even on the larger scale in the country. That's what we are already against that.
All right. Thank you so much for that. So for the other part,
Like, should we stop our children from going to conventional?
everybody cannot do software engineering. Not everybody. All right. When you see your child being talented in that line of making something happen on the computer, what we are saying at first is that don't kill that idea in there. Because sometimes somehow we feel that it does not exist as a course. It exists as a course. Now, I think even aside SQL have been doing it for a long time. Even some universities are now starting it. Yes, that's also a cybersecurity thing. The only difference is just that you might have the real skill, yeah, which the companies are looking for. Yeah, that's just the only difference. Now, something about ICT is this. If your child is interested in becoming a doctor, let him be a doctor. You can't study to become a doctor yet. If he's interested in becoming a surgeon, let him be a surgeon. One thing you should just understand is that he can't be just a surgeon, else it will be useless. He has to be an ICT compliant surgeon. So in his own case, he does not major in ICT. Are you with me? But people like that now learn course on a part-time basis, like short-term course, not full-time course now. SQI has, for example, we have diploma programs now that students can learn for 2 years before proceeding to the university or whatever. So that's for those who are going into ICT full-time. But for those who are already in LAUTECH, agronomy and the likes, we have so many of them here too. It's not that all of them wanted to change to ICT or software engineering, but they know that for you to be a better farmer, as I said farmer, my face looks at the farmer. Which course do you think is best for farming in ICT? Software engineering. With that, people can order your product from China, know what is going on, and also we have robotics engineering. With robotics engineering, you don't need to visit your farm. It will do everything by itself. It can even adjust weather. With robotics engineering, you can create automated greenhouses that can make corn for you, even in dry season. I am telling you, and that is very true. If you control the weather by saying everything automatic, it can harvest. You can have a tractor that can bring it, I'll take it to the farm, and you just be at home like my painter and be making money. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. That was a very insightful section. And let's clap for him again. Thank you very much. You are going to have a break soon. Who is excited to go for break? Who is excited? You should be excited to go for break. Okay, yes. We are taking our first workshop. Now, this one will not be breakout, so that it will be shorter. And after this, we are going for break. Now, our break will be a teacher-to-teacher section, network, see what you can do together with another person here. Do you understand? When teachers come together, you have great conversations, a lot can happen. So I'm going to be inviting our facilitator for this section. That is Mr. Adeyemi will be taking us on Google Docs and how to use Drive, Google Drive, like you had, sir. Yes, how to use Google Drive to keep your files safe. Thank you very much. Okay. Let's do that next slide. Let's use that.
So can you to sit down? My name is Arno Uyedele, and I'm a student of SQL University. Basically, what I'm here to do is just to discuss with us how we can use one of the Google tools to for our own advantage. And the name of that Google tool is Google Docs. Actually, we have a lot of Google Docs, like documents. We have a lot of them. We have Google Sheets. We have Google Docs. We have Google Forms, just as we learned yesterday. And of course, a wide variety of documents or files or tools that we can basically use for our own advantage. And the main essence of using Google Docs is just for us to create documents. Let me quickly ask, how many of us know Microsoft Word? You have heard about Microsoft Word in the past, right? Microsoft Word works exactly, Google Docs work exactly as Microsoft Word. The reason why Google Docs, I believe they created Google Docs is because to allow everyone have higher access to what we can do. With your mobile devices, you can use Google Docs. In fact, any of the Google tools that are available, you can use it with your mobile devices. You do not necessarily need to have a computer or a laptop or a desktop computer at all before you can use any of the Google tools. And the reason why Google is, should I say Google Docs are so much gained a whole lot of prominence in our work today is because of the fact that it allows access to everyone out there. Apart from Google Docs, we also have Google Drive and some other ones. Google Sheets is also one of those very important tools that that is essential for every one of us to have a basic understanding of. So today I will be taking us through the basics of Google Docs, and I really hope that we'll be able to enjoy this particular session and have a better understanding of what Google Docs is all about. Thank you. Yeah, like I said earlier, apart from Google Docs, one of those important tools that we need is Google Drive. For some of us that were in my class yesterday, when we broke into sections, I made mention of something called Google Drive. I said for anyone who has been successfully able to create something called a Gmail address, that particular person has an access to 15 gigabytes of free space to store your data. And I made mention of something yesterday that back then we used to have something called diskettes. How many of us know diskettes? Oh, of course, good.
Apart from diskettes, now we do not really need diskettes anymore. There's something called flash drive. You know flash drive, right? But now, one thing about flash drive is you need to input it to your computer to be able to use it. You can save your documents there, you can save your items there. But now, you really do not even need something called flash drive anymore. With something called Google Drive, you can save your documents. Anything you desire to save, you can save pictures, save music, save files, just anything you desire to save there. And all you need is just what? Your Gmail address. If you are, let's say we are 80 here, or we are 100. If you have been able to successfully create something called Google account, you have access to what we have as Google Drive. And I'm just going to quickly demonstrate to us how we can save using Google Drive, how we can upload documents there, and definitely how we can import and export documents there. But now I would like to start with Google Docs first. Now, if you have access to internet on your mobile devices, kindly access docs.google.com. Docs.google.com. And I would like it, if it is possible, you can access through your Chrome browser. Chrome is owned by Google, and since we are using one of their tools, it is exclusive. If you do not have access to use Google Chrome, you can instead download the Google Docs app through Play Store on your mobile devices. That one will even be better. You have a very awesome experience using Google Docs. Please kindly install Google Docs on your. If you have an issue downloading, kindly raise up your hand so that we can take you through the process. Google Docs, you can install it from Play Store. Now, the way the positioning is on my own PC is quite different from the way it's going to be on your mobile devices because the screen resolution is quite different. But then you have the basic knowledge, the basic understanding of everything. Please, are we on the same page? If you have been able to successfully access Google Docs, kindly signify this. If you have an issue about it, kindly signify so that we can come around. Please, the coaches, you can help us see to that. All right. If you're accessing from a laptop or from your personal PC, you don't necessarily need to download. Just access docs.google.com, just as we have there. But if you are using mobile devices, I mean, it's mobile phones, kindly access it through Google Play Store. You can install it from there. Can I continue? Are we on the same page? Okay. I'll wait for you. Internet is quite important for you to access Google Space. Please, if you need and help concerning installation, you can kindly simplify. On the Google Play Store, you can access any of the Google Docs tools or any of the Google tools available. All right. Can we continue, please? All right. No problem. All right, please, because of the time, I'd like to continue, but it should be a way we can follow through and hopefully we'll be able to understand what are things as go on. Can we continue, please?
Hello, everyone. I want to remind us, what we are trying to set up is just quick information. What we are trying to set up, now, we put out a link for survey for you. And if you are filled it or you are still filling, don't forget to fill. During the break session, we'll still announce it and show you the link that you can use during those periods, during the period. When it is break time, we'll give you the link. For people who came later, there's a link that we are using to fill a survey form. During the break, we'll give you again for you to, those who haven't filled, we'll give you the link to fill the survey. Yes, the one you filled before, just, if you have filled, don't worry, for the persons who just came.
If you have an issue, kindly signify to us. Can we start, please? Are we good to go? Please, if perhaps you are not able to install it or have access to it, it should be better if you can just pay attention, then go through the practical. Let's go through it together then, because of that. All right, so this is the once you get here, this is the interface that you get to see when you access docs.google.com. This is exactly what you are going to see first. And in here we have a lot of tabs, well, developer work. But then you'll be able to see a lot of this interface, a lot of windows and a lot of things. And when you scroll down, you see different templates. When I say templates, it's just a ready-made file or a ready-made document that has been made by the Google team for you to use at your own discretion. And what this does is that if you don't want to necessarily type on your own, they have already created more like a plan that you can follow through so that you can just erase what you have there, then you start with others. But then before we do that, we have a place called blank. This blank is for you if you want to start something new on your own. Instead of having to follow the templates that we have here, you can select blank. And once you select blank, you have a very blank page, a white space for you to work on your own. And as you can see, I have a blank page here. Nothing has been written there. And all I have to do is just to write what I have to write on my own. And of course, before we even start writing, it is highly essential for us to understand what all these icons mean. And these icons are actually important in our knowledge about Google Docs. Now, I'll start with the very first one, which is the file. Actually, we've got all these ones tabs. We have File tab, Edit tab, View, Insert, Format, Tools, Add-ons, and Help. I'll start with the File tab. Now, this File tab is actually for your home file. The file you have already created, how you can share it, how you can create new file, how you can open new file, perhaps make a copy. You can at the same time download. By downloading, all I simply mean is that you haven't done it, haven't completed what you want to type. You can decide to download on your mobile device or on your personal computers. Then you can make the file available offline. What this means is that what I'm doing here, I need internet to access it. Once I've been able to make the file available offline, I really do not need internet to access this file again. I hope someone is getting something here. Then we can version history, that is talking about the history of the file. Then we have rename. Rename is there for you, as you can see. What I have here is untitled document. That means I have not even given a name to this particular file that I'm working on. I can decide to rename the document here.